aquaponics setup. I've been planning this for about a year, but I've been dreading the work involved, so I haven't done it yet. I actually have a tendency to go overboard on things, so we just kept it nice and simple to start out. So it's right here in our driveway. It is the 6x8 Harbor Freight. You have to add some extra screws to this to kind of keep things from rattling. I haven't done it to all of these yet, but they kind of bow out a little bit if you don't screw them down, and that causes them to rattle. So I'm going to go around and do all the screws on all these panels on the bottoms here too. But otherwise, it's a pain in the rear to set up, but then it's pretty good. So inside, here's our aquaponics setup. So these are tilapia I just transferred over today. Sorry, it's going to get a little loud. Sorry, I just transferred them over yesterday. And the water heated up a couple degrees today, but well within their range. So we're just getting started planting things. We put a few in last night. It's kind of late in the year to get it started, but better late than never. Worst case, at least we'll learn from the short season we have left. I don't know how long we'll be able to do this before winter kicks the fish out. So basically, we feed the fish. Let's see, probably feed them a little bit now. They were just fed a few minutes ago, but they never mind food. Alright, so take this, just gonna toss it in there. There we go. We've got one white Nile tilapia in there. The others are Mozambiques and blues mixed together. So we feed the fish, and the fish do what they do. They pee and poop, and then they create nitrogen, which gets sucked up by this pond pump down here in the corner. The tubing from the pond pump comes up, and I've got it buried. It just runs along this wall. So the water actually comes out here in this far corner. Oh, we just missed it. It just started. So that pipe on the left there is connected to a bell siphon. When the water gets high enough, water starts pouring through the bell siphon, and it drains the tank. Right now we can see the tank is, or the grow bed up here is draining. It drains pretty quickly. And it drains in a matter of a couple of minutes, and then it takes about 15 minutes to fill back up. So I'll show more of that over here. So this is a 400 gallon per hour pond pump I have in here, which is too fast. So I also have this extra drain pump, and I can just adjust how much flow there is here. That way I can adjust how fast this bed fills up with water. So I have a lot of water that just cycles through the bed and spits right back out. And I've got this on the opposite corner from where the white water's coming in, just so it flows over. It flows all the way across the bed, so everything gets nutrients. So in a second here, this bell siphon is going to start deactivating. Now that the bed is drained, we're going to see that second pipe back there is going to start to gurgle. You can hear it. Get a better view here. It's going to shut off. There we go. Almost, there it is. It stopped. The way that bell siphon works, bell siphon's right over here. So I made this pipe a little too tall. So this thicker pipe keeps out the grow media so it doesn't get in and gunk up the works. But there's a smaller pipe down there, just 1-inch PVC. And this is 2-inch PVC with some slots cut out. So when the water gets all the way up to the pipe and starts draining in, when this bell siphon's on, it creates a suction and starts sucking the water down. And it keeps sucking the water down until it gets to where these grooves are cut. And then it breaks the suction when air starts getting in. So the result is that all day long, this grow bed fills up and then drains down. And fills up and drains down without a timer or any other mechanical means. So it just automatically does that. So we've just planted all these plants, but they're looking pretty sorry because this is the leftovers at the end of the season from Home Depot. So nothing super great. I did add, for the time being, I brought our aquarium filter that I had all the fish inside in a 40-gallon aquarium. So I brought all the fish in here finally, and I brought the aquarium out, or the filter out here too, because it's got all the bacteria. If I put all these fish in here, they would start creating ammonia, and there's no bacteria to eat the ammonia, and so it would end up killing the fish and the plants. But this filter has all the good bacteria in it that converts the ammonia into nitrites and nitrates, and that's what the plants need. So the good bacteria is going to be in there, and eventually this whole grow bed is going to be filled with good bacteria, and then I can take the aquarium filter and put it back in the house. So got a couple other things over here. Here's some strawberries planted. This is called a self-watering container. So the bottom half of this tote is filled with river rock, and the top half is filled with soil, and there's a plastic piece in between, and there's a column of dirt. There's just one of these plastic cups over here. These plastic cups, I took one of those, drilled a bunch of holes in it, and that actually goes down into the river rock, and it's filled with dirt as well. And then you pour water into here, and it fills up the bottom half of this tote. And then the water wicks up through that column of soil and waters the whole bed from underneath. So you get a lot less evaporation that way. So it saves water. It's called self-watering because it'll stay watered for days. The water will just wick up until it's dry. So these are really, really easy to make. And there's just a hole on the back. There's a hole about here, and that lets excess water drain out. So when you're filling it up, you can't overfill it. So that's good. And this is kind of my laboratory right now. So right now, right here, I have duckweed. We just went to a lake a couple of miles from our house and picked up some duckweed, which was really hard to get. This is not a lot of duckweed, but it's supposed to multiply, about every day or two. It's supposed to double in volume. And duckweed, it's feeding off of the fish water right now, and it can go back and feed the fish. So if we grow enough of it, it can be a pretty significant part of our fish's diet. And then we're not paying for fish food. We're growing a lot of our own fish food, which is kind of cool.